I've stolen millions. Nobody ever caught me. This is how it really works. 13 years old, face against a jeweler's window every night. That glass was the only wall I respected. My hands didn't shake on the first lock. That stillness told us both everything we needed to know. We took gum and chocolate. I wasn't hungry. I was learning how attention works, how to own a room. $42 in a park at midnight. That wasn't money. That was the first time I felt invisible power. I walked those hallways like a ghost. While they laughed, I was learning every face, every weakness. I put money on the table. She turned away. We never needed words. The arrangement wrote itself. They said I quit school. I never stopped studying. I just changed the subject to something that paid. Empty spaces have a sound, a rhythm. I learned to feel it before I ever touched a single door handle. Cash is always in 3 spots. People think they're creative. They never are. Same drawer every time. The ones who run are always caught. I walked. I nodded at a stranger. I disappeared in plain sight. The right clothes and the right expression, and you become whoever the room needs you to be. That's it. 31 days watching one store. I knew that building better than the people who worked inside it. Looking like a customer is the entire job. Browsing, deciding, hesitating. That performance is the theft. Half a minute and it was done. The guard lit his next cigarette before we were 2 blocks away. Clean hands, always. I move the attention, someone else moves the product. My record stays spotless. Tuesday evening, $18,000. No celebration, just a notebook open to the next blank page. 4 people, 4 specific skills. I didn't want friends. I wanted a machine that worked without noise. 40 rehearsals before a real target. When your body knows the plan, your mind stays completely free. 14 cameras, 2 rotations, 1 vault. Most people see obstacles. I saw a solvable equation. 3 years I walked past that building. On the day I stopped walking and stood still, I knew it was time. A perfect plan with bad paperwork is a confession waiting to be signed. Documents are the real foundation. An insider isn't a shortcut. It's intelligence gathering. Every professional army does the same exact thing. I assigned every second a task. The moment any second went unclaimed, the whole operation was dead. $200 to open an account. 1 morning inside that building. Worth more than any amount. Under 5 minutes on the replica was the standard. He never failed once. We made that the only option. 3 drives, 3 different hours. Same route, completely different city. We memorized all 3 versions. He wanted out. I didn't argue. I didn't threaten. I just became the calmest person in the room. He stayed. 67 full run-throughs the night before. Found the gaps, closed them, slept 2 hours, ready. 2 years of preparation and we started in silence. There was nothing left to say that the work hadn't said. Doubt lives in the unprepared. We had no unprepared corners. Nervous wasn't a word that fit anymore. 1 second of eye contact with the guard. I gave him nothing to remember. That was the whole strategy. 90 seconds of looped footage on every feed. The security room watched a perfect, empty morning. Controlled entry. No raised voices. When a group moves without hesitation, panic doesn't get a foothold. 8 minutes. Sit. Breathe. Cooperate. I gave them a script, and they followed it word for word. 400 kilos of steel between us and the money. Our man on the inside made it weigh nothing. Every tumbler has its own voice. You don't force it, you listen for it. Then it gives itself to you. 12 seconds ahead at 9/11. In this business, 12 seconds is the difference between free and finished. 2.3 million loaded in 441. 9 seconds under our target. The practice had paid off. 7:42 inside the building. We had planned 8 minutes. That extra 18 was never ours. Speed limit the whole way out. The job ends when you stop thinking like someone who just did a job. Breaking news on the radio. Most sophisticated heist in city history. My coffee was still hot. I ordered more. The envelope crossed the table. He pocketed it without looking inside. That's a professional relationship. 7 seconds at the checkpoint. 2 years of my life compressed into 7 seconds of a stranger's attention. No farewells. Farewells keep doors open. Every door behind me needed to close completely and permanently. Paper is a liability. Every page I burned was a version of myself that could no longer be questioned. One bag on the bed. I looked at everything I was leaving. Picked up the bag, didn't look back once. I used to map the exits before I sat down anywhere. That night, I watched the sky and forgot to count. Enough money to stop. I kept building anyway. Not for profit. I just can't function without something to plan. Somewhere, a file with my name collects dust. I'm watching waves break on rocks that have never heard of me.